So, Peter, my question to you is, Gary Neville tweeted that he's not really happy with Southgate's approach, but he also said like he can't complain much because what Gareth has achieved in recent times. What's your take on Southgate's approach in last match?
Well, I thought last night we looked like a team that had scored 6 goals in the first game. We looked as though we were just going to go out there and get through the game and win it easily. And I think we never started. We, you know, especially when we didn't have the ball, we didn't really press as a team. We didn't put USA under any pressure as a team, and that's what we did in the first game. So, you know, when we got the ball, we were, you know, we weren't really sharp and really focused on it. And I think, you know, I think Gareth Southgate's done a very good job. I mean, you know, the last World Cup semi-finals, Euros final. But sometimes people feel that, you know, he lacks a little bit of motivational skills. And it looked that way after winning, you know, 6-2. You would have expected the team to come out and be full of it, but they weren't.
Hi, Peter. Nice to see you. Emily here, former national team captain. Peter, I have one question. Not question. I just know your opinion. Who is the all-time goalkeeper in the whole world? Greatest goalkeeper in the world. All time? Yes, all time.
Oh, that's a nice, easy question.
Peter Shilton.
I just know your opinion. It's not a question.
I mean, I mentioned some goalkeepers the other day in the tournament, but obviously there was Courtois and Neuer, who have been terrific goalkeepers. I think all time, you know, it's difficult. I'm not going to include myself because that would be big-headed, but no, I think in my era, Yashin and Gordon Banks were fantastic goalkeepers, but it was a different era. Now it's a totally different game. I think Neuer has always been, you know, he's 36 now. I mean, I was 40 when I played in my last World Cup. He's always been a fantastic goalkeeper. Those are the sort of names. Zoff, obviously, you know, those are the names that ring true. It's very difficult to put your finger on one particular goalkeeper. It's very difficult. It's like saying who was the you know, it's a lot easier, I think, to say who's the greatest striker, you know. But as a goalkeeper, yeah, I would name those sort of goalkeepers.
Peter, we have another guest from Qatar, Rifat Masood. He wants to ask you something.
Okay.
Hello. পিটার শিটনের কাছে যাওয়ার আগে আপনার যেহেতু ইংল্যান্ড এবং ইউএস এর ম্যাচ নিয়েই কথা হচ্ছিল সেটা নিয়ে ফুটবল এবং সকার সেটা নিয়েই বরং কথা হচ্ছিল সবচেয়ে বেশি যে ফুটবল জিতলো নাকি সকার জিতলো শেষ পর্যন্ত অবশ্য আরও একবার ম্যাচটা ড্রই হলো এই জায়গায় আমার কাছে মনে হয়েছে ইংল্যান্ডের কোনো যদি পজিটিভ থেকে থাকে তাহলে সম্ভবত সেটা হ্যারি ম্যাগুয়ারের পারফরমেন্স ম্যাগুয়ার একটু না অনেকটুকুই অধারাবাহিক পারফরমেন্সের ভেতর দিয়ে যাচ্ছিলেন ম্যানচেস্টার ইউনাইটেডের হয়ে একদমই বাজে সময় কাটাচ্ছিলেন তারপরে এই ম্যাচ থেকে যদি আপনাকে কিছু পিক করতে হয় তাহলে সম্ভবত সেটা হবে হ্যারি ম্যাগুয়ারের পারফরমেন্স এবং এই শেষ ম্যাচটা ওয়েলসের সঙ্গে ইংল্যান্ডের এবং ইংল্যান্ড যদি কোয়ালিফাই করতে চায় তাহলে এই জায়গাতেই আসলে ডিফেন্সের এই যে একটা নতুন করে একটা প্রেরণা পাওয়া গেল সেটাই ইংল্যান্ডকে অনেক দূরে এগিয়ে দেবে হয়তো
The question. I'm very sorry.
That's fine, Peter. So our next question to you is, so what Rifat from Qatar was saying, that Harry Maguire performed really well, surprisingly, because he didn't have a good run with Manchester United lately. Do you think like that's a big plus for England because Southgate is really backing Maguire at the back?
Yeah, I thought Stones and Maguire were our two best players. You know, USA put us under a lot of pressure and they were heading balls away, they were making last-ditch tackles. And I think it's the confidence that Southgate's had in Maguire. You know, as you rightly said, he hasn't played much. But, you know, he is a terrific centre-half. I mean, he has done really well for England, you know, in the tournaments I mentioned, the World Cup and the Euros. And he's got a lot of confidence in him. And, yeah, I think quite rightly so. He's a good competitor and a very good professional. I think he's criticised sometimes. You know, he looks a bit miserable sometimes on the pitch, which gives a false impression in the fans. I think he's the sort of player that fans could sort of, you know, have a go at a little bit. But in this tournament, I think he's done exceptionally well.
Right. Rifat, do you have any question for Peter?
Time. Yeah. Peter, this is for the first time after 2018 World Cup. Gareth Southgate, he put on a unchanged 11 against USA. Do you expect to change him for the next match in the Wales? And if you want to change the starting 11, who do you want to change?
Who would I want for the starting 11? Is that the question?
Yeah. Would you like to have the same 11, right? Yeah.
I think it'd be a good idea to you know, to make a couple of changes. I mean, I thought Bellingham, who was outstanding in the first game, you know, Saka, young players, they looked a little bit jaded. As I say, as a team, we didn't get going. The midfield I thought was sluggish. You know, even Rice, who's normally a very good competitor, he was standing off people. And I think, yeah, maybe he'll keep the same team and look, you know, you've got to put more effort in. But I think maybe I've always been a big fan of Grealish. I think he gives you something different. You know, he can unlock the defences, and you know, Wales might sit back and defend, and we might need somebody like Grealish. I've always put Grealish in the team myself. Bellingham is a fantastic talent, but he hasn't really had a lot of experience at international level, and then to just go in a World Cup and has to be played game after game. So you might feel that he could rest him and maybe bring him on if things aren't going right. But I'll definitely make a couple of changes, yeah.
For more updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Don't forget to like, comment and share. Visit TSports.com.